I kept the last word. It didn't keep you here. 1:17 in the morning. Car parked across from the apartment we used to call ours. The kitchen light is on upstairs, different curtains. My phone says, voice note 14. None of them sent. First draft sounded angry, second sounded calm in a way that wasn't honest. Third one open with, I'm not trying to start anything, which is how people begin when they are absolutely trying to start something. I erased the fourth because I used the word closure like it was something you could order and collect before midnight. The fifth was 7 minutes long, mostly breathing in one sentence. I kept approaching from different directions. You shouldn't have left like that. So accusing, I wish you hadn't left like that. Too soft, I understand why you left, not true. So I sat with the engine off, watching the windows far, trying to find a sentence that could make both of us less responsible. There isn't one. That's the problem with the final conversation. You imagine it clean, two adults, perfect timing. Every question answered in real life. Somebody is looking for their keys. The kettle starts screaming and one person says fine when they mean almost anything else. I had every argument ready, every detail arranged, but the longer I waited, the less I wanted to win. I kept the last word, it didn't keep you here. It sounded so important till the room became clear. I could prove I remembered every promise every year. I kept the last word, it didn't keep you here. It didn't keep you here. I remember the argument differently depending on which version of me is awake. And one you raised your voice first, and another I have been sharpening mine all day. You stood beside the counter still wearing one shoe, said you don't listen, you prepare responses. I hated that sentence, mostly because it was accurate. I told you that you always left before anything got difficult. You looked around the kitchen at the crack cover, the unopened mail, the chair we kept promising to fix, and said I was standing in difficult for 3 years. There are lines people say that do not sound dramatic at the time, and they follow you home even when you already live there. I wanted an answer, but the kettle clicked off for a few seconds. The loudest thing in the room was the refrigerator. You picked up your keys, I said, if you walk out now, don't come back. A sentence with excellent posture and no understanding of consequences. You stopped at the door, not long enough for me to apologize, long enough for me to remember that I could have. I found an old voicemail last week. You weren't crying, you weren't saying goodbye. You said, can you get milk? The shop closes at 10. Then you laughed because you knew I would forget. I did. That voicemail hurt more than the fight, because Rave is rarely cinematic when it knows you personally. It wears old clothes, leaves cups in the wrong cupboard, remembers which cereal you hated. I used to think I missed the big moments, birthdays, airports, at night near the river. But what I miss is somebody saying, move over, without needing to explain. Well, somebody knowing the difference between my quiet and my dangerous quiet. The ridiculous mug you refuse to throw away, the way you read menus like there might be a test afterward. None of that fits in a final speech. There is no clever line. The missing ordinary Tuesday. I could send the message tonight. Maybe you would answer, maybe you will wait 3 days. Maybe the number belongs to someone else now. And then what? We explain ourselves until the past becomes reasonable. We apologize until neither of us recognizes who actually lived through it. Some endings do not need another witness. They need someone to stop reopening the door, just to check whether it still hurts. Delete the first note, delete the second. Let the indicator keep time. No grand conclusion, no perfect goodbye. Just one breath and the choice not to press send. I kept the last word for longer than a year. I carried it like evidence for someone who wasn't here. Now the sentence feels smaller and the morning's getting near. I kept the last word. I don't need you to hear it. I don't need you to hear it. Voice note 14. Delete recording. Yes. The kitchen light upstairs turns off.